everyone, welcome to another episode of Wisdom for Relationships. Today I have come with another relationship advice. So have you seen a video of a person or a lady being proposed to, or a guy doing an open proposal, and then the lady rejects the proposal? You see down in the comment section, this gender, what is your own? What do you guys want? So there are two angles to this, and first let me say to the ladies, I know that people would say, why are you in a relationship with somebody and you don't intend to marry them? Because I understand the place of going into a relationship with somebody that you have that you see as a potential spouse to be able to marry, but I also think that there's a lot that somebody can have seen in a relationship, or the person is still thinking whether to or whether not to, or she's still observing, or it's still too early for her to make that bold step. And that is why I think that some people, as I said in my last video, don't like the idea of dating. Because while some people date with the mind of I want to get to know you, some other people date and think that they are already in a defined relationship without defining it directly to the other person. So my advice is this: when you are in a relationship with somebody as a guy, and you think, before you think of wanting to say I want to pop the question or say will you marry me, please be sure, and if I will advise you, be 99% sure that this person is going to say a yes to you before you pop that question or even pop it in public. Yes, that's my unpopular opinion. Because you see, people think that this is something that is done everywhere. Why should it be your turn and you say a no? How can you say a no to him? How can you disgrace him? Yes, I'm not happy when a guy does this and gets a rejection. I'm not happy because it's done in public. That's the first bias. It's done in public. How can you humiliate him that much to now say a no, making him feel disgraced? But I'll say this: what do you expect? Are you saying that the lady should say a yes when she doesn't want to marry the guy, or are you saying she should pretend to collect the ring and afterwards say a no? Or what do you mean when you say this gender? Do you think that the person saying a no in public enjoys the fact that she's being asked a question to marry her and then she's saying a no, and this is in front of a lot of people? I really don't think so. So I think that whether a guy or a lady, number one, some people, because I know some people will say, why are you dating somebody that you do not want to marry or you don't think that you can spend the rest of your life with? And that's an angle I'll come from now. So personally, that's why I think a lot of people talk down on this dating thing, because when you say you are dating somebody and you say the reason for the dating is to get to know this person, and while you are still getting to know them, I don't know what you have been communicating in the relationship, I don't know what your discussions have been, but to the extent that you now feel confident enough to go say that you want to marry somebody when you are not even guaranteed that this person will say yes to you. So I think that if you cannot marry somebody, don't begin the process of dating them, because it's going to be funny when you are in a relationship with somebody. That is why I say be friends. That is why I support the motion of just being yourself with people and then get to know them. Because sometimes it marvels me when people now blame the lady for saying no, or walking out, or rejecting the ring, and people are like, this gender. What do you mean this gender? Do you think marriage is something that we joke with? In fact, it's even the people that are in the surroundings shouting, say yes for me. What are you saying say yes to? Are you in that relationship? Do you know them? Do you know what each of them have in their heart or in their minds to now think that she has to say a yes just because you are gathering around her and you are holding a camera? So please, let's not force people to do what they don't want to do. One, if you don't think you want to marry somebody, don't be in a relationship with them. But I don't also blame the lady. Some ladies, you can be in a relationship with somebody, trying to get to know them, and you are still observing some things about them that you don't think you can go the long journey with them, and it's still a process. And then you, a guy, that now think that because the lady is in a relationship with you and you guys have not had some very deep conversations, you think it's okay to just pop up the question and in public with a ring, when you are not 100% or 99% sure that this lady is going to say yes. I don't make it make sense to me. So when I hear people say they can't do this proposal in public, I understand where they are coming from, because sometimes you don't know what you will get out of this. That is why I say that if you are not very sure that this person is going to say a yes to you, please don't pop the question. And even if you want to pop it, try not to pop it in public, because it's going to be embarrassing. So let me even say this. For instance, how do you know that a lady will give you a 99% yes? Number one, ensure that this lady is already into you. Ensure that this lady has indicated interest to want to marry you. It means that you guys have discussed about marriage. She's affirmative. You have communicated with her parents. You have met them. So sometimes some people, I heard somebody say recently that they are amazed how these days proposal is somebody will propose today and then they get married in some months. And I'm like, that is how it is supposed to be. What is the idea? The idea of people that propose now and get married in the next 3-4 months, it means that they have done all their background work. It means that they have gone to see each other's parents. It means that they have maybe began counseling already. It means that they have accepted that they want to get married to each other. And in that case, maybe the guy just decides, okay, let me just do this. Let me just pop the question and ask her, but maybe so that I can officially give her this ring. Not that he's trying to find out if she's going to marry. In that case, you're already certain that this person is going to marry you, because the person has accepted you, the person has taken you to their parents. In fact, let me now say that it's kind of a risk to ask somebody to marry you when you don't even know who their parents are, when you don't know how their parents is, when you have not gone to see each other's parents, you have not communicated with them, you have not been accepted into the family. You now ask the person to marry you. Yes, I understand the case of which is both of you, but I also feel that you should do your due diligence so that you are certain that everywhere is clear before you pop the question, and maybe even now pop it in public to get a feedback. So to avoid the embarrassment of asking a lady to marry you and then she says a no in public and you are embarrassed, sorry about that, but also try to do your homework before the time so that you don't get stuck, or you don't feel embarrassed that she says a no to you in public. Make sure that you are in a space with her where both of you have agreed behind closed doors that you want to get married. You have done your due diligence to ask her questions. She has given the affirmative. You have communicated with her family. These ones have accepted you. It is okay to now pop the question in public. Then of course she can still be surprised because she doesn't know you are planning to do that. And those that say to ladies that reject this proposal that they didn't do well, please don't say that. Marriage is not what you just do because everybody that they ask says a yes. You think you too also have to say yes, even when you think you are not ready for it, or you think that this person is not who you think you want to spend the rest of your life with. It's okay to say a no. It's okay to walk away. It's okay to not go on with the engagement because you are not certain that you want to marry this person. Because until you have married somebody, you can always decide to do what you think is right for you, and that's fine. So both genders, for the male and for the female, do your due diligence. When you go into a relationship with somebody, ensure that you have communicated. Like I said in my last video, have a clear direction on what you are doing there. Communicate, make arrangements, agree, and be sure and certain before you go on to ask somebody to marry you, and then now do it in public. Some people ask in their rooms and they get a yes and give the lady a ring. So to avoid disgrace, or to avoid now shaming somebody or thinking that somebody just disgraced you, it is better that she said a no to you and you are certain of where you stand or where you will be, than now tell you a yes, and then along the line she now says a no after, or she goes into the marriage saying that she was forced to say yes when she didn't intend to. So please communicate with your partner. Communication is important. They say when people are in relationships, they should talk instead of touching. But I realize that most times people want to touch now and forget that they should communicate and talk about some vital things that they really need to discuss. And also, as a lady, when you are in a relationship with a guy and you think that he is talking about marriage and you are not ready, don't keep quiet, or don't be dragging it, or don't, because sometimes when you drag the discussion or shy away from it or behave as if you are not interested, maybe because you think it's too early, he's not getting the message. In his mind, he thinks you think he's not serious. In his mind, he might think that you may feel like he doesn't look like he's ready, and he might just think that okay, popping the question would make everything clear. So if you think that yes, you like this person but you don't think you are ready to marry now, or you think you still want to get to know them better a little more, please communicate with them and let them know what is on your mind, so that you avoid embarrassing him. And I know you don't want to, but because you were caught unawares and you don't want to be put under pressure, because people will just be around with their cameras and be saying say yes, and a lady that don't want to embarrass the crowd or embarrass the guy be forcefully say yes, and then she's not happy, she's not ready, she feels like she's being prompted into something that she's not ready for. So communication is very important. Both of you must have communicated, agreed on this, and then at a random time when she wouldn't even expect, some people didn't even know, yes, they have agreed to marry this person, but they didn't think that this person would want to do a public proposal, and that is why they seem surprised. So you see some people surprised that they were proposed to, and you are wondering why you surprised. Didn't you think, yes, they knew that this guy is going to marry them, they knew that they want to marry this person, but they didn't expect the surprise, or they didn't expect it at that time, or they didn't expect it in that manner or that way. So it's a good thing, it's a beautiful experience that everyone wants to encounter, but also take note and know that you should do it correctly to avoid embarrassment. Number one, is not a must that you propose to a girl or a lady in public. It's not a must, but if you want to do it because it's a beautiful experience and a lot of ladies might want it, be certain that this person wants it, number one, and number two, be certain that this person is going to say yes to you, because you have asked her, you guys have communicated, you have begun to make plans, you have met her parents, you have met her mentors, everyone has agreed to this, she's also agreed and she is ready. Then you can pop the question and you are certain and sure that she's going to say yes to you. But until then, please don't take the risk to do that. And people, those that will come and be saying that how would you say no, this gender, what do you mean this gender? Don't pressure anybody to making a lifelong decision just because you want them to make you happy, make your camera happy, or make the public happy. No, marriage is a long-term journey, and you want to go into it with your full chest, knowing that you chose to be there with this person and at that time, and nobody coerced you into being in that position. That is the most important thing. So that's what I think. That's my unpopular opinion about this public proposal and the rejection issue that happens right now, and people think that something is wrong with the ladies that say no. I think that something is wrong with the guys that do it without being certain or being almost 100% sure that this lady is going to say a yes. It just means that you have not done your due diligence. It just means that there is something lacking. It just means that you guys are not on the same page. It just means that you have not communicated enough to know what this person wants, and at the time this person wants it. That's what it just means. You have to know what, and it's not everybody that even wants a public proposal. So you should communicate with your partner and know what they want, how they want it, and do it in the way they would want it, and get what you would want. Both of you enjoy your life afterwards. But don't be pressured to do what everyone is doing, even when you are not certain or you have not done your due diligence. So that's my advice. And some people already know when they are going to get married before they pop the question. It is better and safer for you if you think that you want to do what is done. You want to give her, maybe you are not the person that will like it, but you think that the lady would like it to be done to her. Yes, just be sure that you are in a space where this person is committed to marrying you. You are certain that she wants to marry you. Then you can now pop the question if you want to do that in public. But until you are certain, don't say you are dating somebody for some months and because people are in a relationship, you just assume that she wants to marry you. It's a mistake. The fact that somebody is in a relationship with you, yes, she could have gone into that relationship with you with the mindset that she can marry you, but she might have seen some things in the way that is giving her a second thought, or she just might not be ready to commit to marriage yet. And that's valid. So before you do this, ask important questions. Do you want to marry me? Yes. Do you think you can marry me now? What is your plan for marriage? When do you want to get married? How ready are you? A lot of these questions is vital before you pop the question. Stop shaming a lady for saying no to a guy in public, please. It's the guy that should do his due diligence to be sure that before he pops that question, he is certain that this lady is going to say a yes. So that's my advice for you today. As a lady, don't go dating a guy, don't go into a relationship with a guy that you are not sure you want to get married to. And as a guy, don't pop the question of will you marry me until you are certain and very sure that this lady is going to say a yes. If it is for you to wait to the level of when you have started your marriage class, or you have met everyone of her family and she has told you she's ready to get married, it's better to be sure than to be sorry. So that's my advice for you today. This public proposal, that's my opinion, is something that I'm not against, but I'm against it when you don't do it the right way and expect that the other person should just say yes because it's in public. So she should just put her life in your hands just because she doesn't want the crowd or you to be shamed. Please, so do your due diligence and go into relationships and marriages certain that this is what you want to do at this time. And that's my opinion on it. I'd like to know your thoughts right in the comment section. What do you think about this topic? Do you think that because for you to even decide to go into a relationship with this person, you have to be interested in them? Let me know. Or do you think that a person should not go on to do a public proposal until they are certain that this person is going to say a yes to them? Let me know your thoughts. And also, what do you think is the best way to know? How can you know that somebody is 99% ready or is going to say yes to you when you ask or pop the question? Guys, let me know your thoughts. Please, I want to know. If you think something contrary to what I've said is fine, just let me know respectfully your opinion down in the comment section. Until I come your way again with another wisdom for relationship, keep watching our videos. Please, if you have not subscribed, kindly subscribe. And if you have gotten to this level of this video, please give us a thumbs up and also share to your friends. And I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.